welcome to another power session. Today, we are lucky enough to have Lynn Adams, who is a business and spiritual success mind coach for soulful and heart-centered fempreneurs. Lisa is going to be talking to us about a very important topic, and I think every single one of us has struggled with this at some point, and that's about money mindset. She's going to go through a few tips with us on how to overcome those money mind blockers. So Lisa, welcome.
Hi, Claire. Thank you so much for having me. This is definitely a very popular topic. And it's one that's near and dear to my heart because I just truly want women to awaken to their own limitless potential and realize their own self-worth. And obviously, especially as moms, we tend to be really hard on ourselves. You know, there's all kinds of emotions that pop up, from guilt or feeling like you're not good enough, or you don't know enough, or you're not an expert. And I'm here to tell you that you are an expert. You really are. And you need to, come into your own power and your own confidence. And sometimes it's easier said than done. It does take a little bit of work and some soul searching to get to that place where, you've got that money mindset, which will be conducive to your success. I'm sure this is something that many of you have faced at some point or another.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's, sometimes it's not even like, oh, it might happen. Sometimes it's a daily occurrence for, not just mums, but women in general, is it's just knowing that worth as well.
Yeah. And our entire life, we have been imprinted by different beliefs, from school to our parents to how we were raised. Everybody has different beliefs, and these, either propel us forward and help us, achieve more success, or they hold us back. And you're really only actually looking within is the only way you'll be able to discover what those limiting beliefs are. But some very common ones, you have to work really hard for money. That's a huge one. Mm-hmm. And, really, truly, it's as hard as you want it to be. And it's really a mindset. If you believe that money flows to you effortlessly, you're going to attract situations that bring money to you effortlessly. Another one is, I can't afford that, which is huge. Or, oh, my clients could never pay that. They can't afford that. Yeah. And it's not the truth. We're women. We can manifest desire. If we want that dress or those shoes, we're going to make it happen. We're going to talk to the hubby, or we'll figure something out to create that money so that we can do those things that are a burning desire. Sometimes it's that it actually isn't a burning desire. Maybe it's something you really don't want that badly, and that's why you've put up this block that you're, creating something that's going to prevent you from having it. And I always say brainstorm. What are 10 things that you can do right now that will help you bring that money? And obviously you need action, inspired action. You can't just, say, oh, this is, I'm going to attract this money, which, that's part of it. You need to believe that it will come into your life, but you need to have an action plan and goal. So, a goal.
It's like wanting to win the lottery without taking the ticket.
Exactly. So it's like, and that's how they say a goal is, without a plan is a wish. Yeah. And it's great to have wishes, but it's, more powerful if you actually have a plan set in place. So, so start saying, I can afford this. Maybe it's something you don't choose. You don't want that badly. So if it is something that you truly do want, how can I? So if you change the way that you say things to how can I, that's creating curiosity, which curiosity sparks burning desire. And Napoleon Hill always talks about burning desire. And he'll say, write out very clearly, like a mantra, what it is that you hope to achieve. What you're going to do in exchange for it. So what service are you providing to bring that money into your life, and have a date. So when would you like to achieve this by? Get really specific. And every night before you go to bed, read this. And when you wake up in the morning, read it again and just ingrain it. So it could be a mantra. So in exchange for my spiritual work, I deserve this abundance. Because you do deserve the abundance. And that's, sometimes our confidence, which is another one, will hold us back, believing that we're not worth that amount of money. And so sometimes, actually a lot of the time, our bank account reflects our self-esteem. The two are very connected.
I think you mentioned two really the two kind of main points that would definitely when you're an entrepreneur and startup, that kind of really comes to your mind, and that is I can't afford that, especially when you're so busy and you want to outsource and you're like, I can't afford to outsource, whether it's your business, like whether it's getting a VA or whether it's like you're cleaning at home or whatever it is. I think that's a really big money blocker and stop you actually from moving your business forward, because you're spending so much time thinking on things you can't afford and wishing you could afford it. And the other one I'd probably say, as you mentioned, is knowing your worth. I think as an entrepreneur, when you work for business, it's different, but as an entrepreneur going into that world on your own where you don't know what your worth is, well, you do actually deep down, but you're too scared to put it out there in case someone turns around and goes, well, no, that's too expensive, or I'm not going to pay for that. And it's that
but sometimes our beliefs are what attract those situations. And people don't realize that it's actually a reflection of the outer world's a reflection of our inner world. And it just comes, once you can bring those up to the surface, you can really address them. It's funny how you talked about leveraging time, for instance. That's a huge one. It's so how can I get extra help? Because what do we know? Every time you outsource and grow your business, your income grows. So it's a no-brainer. Do you expand and think bigger and allow your business to come to that plane as well? Or do you, stay small and worry? So if you're, where our intention goes, money flows. So if your thoughts are focused on worries and not towards success and growth and abundance, that's what's going to really reflect your outcome.
No, that's good. Thank you so much. And Jeff, I think bringing on that point about knowing your worth, and we've obviously got a lot of coaches, whether it's business or life coaches, but also a lot of mums that are starting new products, and kind of maybe giving, undercutting their own price just to see if it sells. And I think, we're all about starting big, isn't it? And if you need to reduce, then you reduce after that. But, you've got to realize what your time has been worth, what your dedication's been worth. And also, a lot of our mums are taking time away from their family to start their passion businesses. What is that worth to you? And the people that are going to buy from you or, come to you in terms of your services, are people that you want then, because they like-minded, and that's who you want to work with.
What is an hour away from your baby worth?
I know.
And, you think about it like that. Your time is so valuable, and you're providing a service that no one else could offer. You are so unique, and you have your entire life experiences that have made you who you are today. And there's no other person quite like you. So own that, embrace that, and share that with the world. It's why you're here. It's what your gift is. And you deserve to monetize from that. So coming up with mantras, affirmations that are absolutely empowering your self-worth, not holding you back. And a lot of times we want to hold ourselves back. We're afraid to be visible. We're afraid to put ourselves out there. And what's the worst that could happen? And who at the end of the day, does it matter what anybody else thinks? No, it matters what you think. It matters what you feel. And our thoughts are creating our reality all the time. So we really need to be mindful and conscious of the thoughts that we're thinking at any given moment. Write a thought circle. We have hundreds of thousands of thoughts every day. So take an hour and just write all the thoughts that you're having. How many of those are really positive and loving? And how many of those are fear-based? And of course, we're going to feel fear. We're human, and we're going to have anxieties. But being conscious of them and being mindful, then we can choose to add a really, positive affirmation that's going to help you reach your goals opposed to hold you away from them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. I think many years ago when I started in business, Lisa, as you would know, I think I mentioned to you, working in a man's world, very different, very different. And, you kind of are in the shadows doing all the hard work all the time. But I did this, I got a big, piece of cardboard. And every time a negative thought hit my head, on a sticky note, I just wrote a really positive word and stuck it on the board. Okay. And incredible at the end of the week how many sticky notes were on there, which made you realize how many negative thoughts, were coming into my head working in the environment I was working. But it's just to keep yourself on top of it so that you don't, start drowning in just everything, because that passion will just disappear and your love for what you're doing will just disappear.
Yeah. And Wayne Dyer has the best quote, and he says, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Yeah. So it's a matter of a switch of perception. That's all it is. Yeah. And if you can realize your fears, if you get scared when you see a price tag on something, it's telling you. Yeah. If you can have a consultation with a coach and you're like, I need this. I know my soul needs this right now, and this is going to help move the bar for my business. Yeah. What's holding you back? Why aren't you realizing you deserve this? And you'll have all these, I can't do it because of this, and I can't do it because of that. And that's a huge indicator of limiting beliefs. I can't because any sort of excuse. Mm-hmm. Excuses be gone. That's a book by Wayne Dyer, right? So just being mindful. And if you find fear when you see price tags on things, mm-hmm. Try and shift it and change it around and ask yourself, how can I make this my reality? Mm-hmm. We all want everything that we desire. We want it all. We want time with our family. We want to be able to travel. We want freedom. We want successful businesses, we want, all of this abundance in our life. And a lot of people will tell themselves that they don't deserve it, or there's all these reasons why they can't have it. But the truth is you truly can have it. Yeah. And you need to believe it with conviction. And that's what burning desire is, and passion is believing, maybe not all the time. There's going to be times you have self-doubt, but feeling that self-doubt and going for it anyways. Yeah. That's what burning desire is.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. There's some great takeaways there. And I think this will resonate with pretty much everyone in our community at some point or another. So that's brilliant. So if mums, if you're interested in hearing more from Lisa, she's got an amazing podcast called Limitless Ladies. You can find her, I think on weekly, is that right? Or was it fortnightly at the moment?
On iTunes?
Yeah, on iTunes, the podcast. Is that weekly at the moment?
Yeah, it is weekly. There's a bunch of episodes there, and I just recorded a whole heap of new ones. So it's exciting. Yeah.
That's great. Well, I'll send through the link as well. But Lisa, thank you so much for your time. It's been great having you with us today.
Oh, thank you so much. Absolutely. It's been such a pleasure, Claire. Thank you. And I hope that you ladies really awaken to your awesomeness, because you're so beautiful and have such a gift to share with the world. Don't dim your light. Really step into your power and, do everyone else the service of what it is that you have to offer. It's truly a blessing.
That's brilliant. Thanks so much. You have a wonderful day.
Okay. Bye, Claire.